The show and there's nothing there at all. Then get into it, Joanne. It's officially Thursday. It's Mark Pires.
I was walking down the road
and
today,
it's Renaissance Man.
Another way.
I'm here
Ease my mind and help
to
my
ease
living.
my mind and help my living. It's Renaissance Man. It's daily variety show Mark Pires Renaissance Man. I'm here to connect with you, to amplify your current state. And I'm here with you on day 1,340 in a row of the Renaissance Man Show. That's right, 1,340 days in a row. This started on December 31st, 2018. I've been here every single day since. So please subscribe, follow, join this daily variety positivity experience where we live in the moment and create live art. And hopefully we'll do something cool tonight. We do have a few comedy news stories for you. I did just drop something about Luke Bell. I'm going to talk about it here tonight as well. It's a 32-year-old country star dies. You know, it seems that every week I got at least one or two stories. Someone 32, 34, 44 years old dying for unknown reasons. I just don't remember seeing that before the pandemic, you know, before they forced everybody into doing something specific. And now we're here, and I remember a lot of people being deplatformed for saying things like, you know, a lot of people are going to die later on down the line. And now that it's happening, I'm just broadcasting every single one for you. So I hope you guys know I'm going to be very, very vague when I broadcast them. But I will say stuff like, you know, what kind of health emergency did we have the last couple of years? I can't figure it out. You guys leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. And we're doing that because obviously it's still a touchy world. And, you know, now they're coming out with a new boost. It's like, I thought we just saw new guidelines where it's the flu now. What the frig do we even need to have new updated anything? You go do you, okay, Dr. Weasel Fraudschi? I don't need it. But guys, our stories tonight, we have lots of them. The biggest one is how hot dogs, cereals, everything, basically processed foods, they're finding more of a link to cancer and death. You know, we knew this. It's not like it's a surprise. My wife's been saying it for a long time. You know, that stuff causes cancer. Like, you know, cereals, all kinds of processed sugars and all this stuff. And I've been doing some shorts here on TikTok for it. And, you know, going through the food store and looking at the back of ingredient packages and saying, like, what the hell is monosodium nitrate or whatever, you know? And so it's real. And that's why tonight our topic is about this. I want to make sure everybody's at least thinking about it when you go to the food store. Don't just go there and be like, ooh, I like Pop-Tarts. You guys know I haven't had Pop-Tarts in a friggin' long time. I love Pop-Tarts. Haven't had them in a while, but strawberry frosted. What's that? No, Joanne, your wheeze is so loud tonight that TikTok is saying, what's that noise? I get it. Guys, we're about to get a woohoo from Matt Zabrowski. It's where we get every show at the beginning. And don't go anywhere because we're about to have a friggin' ball like we have every night. Zabrowski, are you ready to give us a woohoo? Zabrowski! I need it! You guys, we all need it! Bring us up a level. Zabrowski, I'm throwing it to you. Woohoo! Oh, right! I was here. You were there. We were doing it together. Zabrowski style. Guys, every night for the last 1,340 days in a row, Matt friggin' Zabrowski's been here dropping a woohoo to bring us up a level so that I can take it from there and go further to the stratosphere. That's what we're doing here. And Joanne's then trying to bring us back to planet Earth with the friggin' wheeze. You know, it's because of her humongocarditis. She trusted the PSYOP. I'm sorry, I mean, the science. And then, like, now she's gotten 15 bugga boosters. Dr. Weasel Fraudschi called her. No, Joanne, we got another study. We're doing one for Omnicromny. Joanne was like, I'm in. She came down for another. She's like, how much worse can it get? I went from humongocarditis to gigantocarditis. What's after that? She got the final bugga booster and she came down with hot air balloon carditis. I got to lock her down to her freaking desk. so she doesn't freaking destroy the framing on my house. That's right. This is not New York City. You don't hear the street traffic. Stupid freaking taxis going by. Get the foot out of the way, motherfucker. Are you kidding me? I'm trying to drive over here. You know, you don't hear any of that. You know, we're Renaissance Man styling it. Green screen. We're doing it 1,340 in a row. Guys, can we get to the news and maybe we'll play a song still? We do write a lot of music here. There's 196 songs on iTunes and Spotify. If you guys want to just type in Mark Pires. Here we go. We're going to get into the news. Joanne, can you pull it up on the screen for me? Joanne, stop wheezing and napping. Here we go. We're getting to it. Window capture. That's how we get to this story. Guys, by the way, Joanne's not real. Here we go. News story of the day. Even more evidence links to highly processed food to a greater risk of cancer and death. Joanne, let's get into it. Joanne, why is it not on the screen? I'm talking about it, and then like it's not there for Joanne. Now I'm not on the screen. What do we do? Oh, thank you, Joanne. Sometimes she forgets to push the button. Here we go, guys. First story. We have actually 3 or 4 stories for you today. So, even more evidence links. Joanne, I just read this part. She's trying to double-decker me. Guys, live comedy. We're just trying to lighten up the mood. It's a really negative world, so every night we come here and we just live in the moment, read these stories live. If you want to head over to YouTube, you'll see me in the corner and this actual news story there. I read these stories live cold. There is no pre-reading, so if you enjoy the way I read, just remember it's all cold. It's all in the moment. This is a live creation show, live art show. My comedy news reads are similar to like Charlie Day and Jim Carrey, you know, having a baby together and then showing up and being on the Mark Pires Renaissance Man show for you. So I hope you enjoy. A pair of studies suggest that diet high in ultra-processed food raises one's risk of colorectal cancer and mortality overall. They're not the first to find the correlation. Evidence linking processed food to serious health issues like cancer and even death continues to mount. A pair of studies published Wednesday highlights the risk of frequently eating items such as hot dogs, cheese puffs, soda, and French fries. The first study, which looked at more than 24,000 adults in Italy, found that those who consumed ultra-processed foods in large quantities had a higher risk of death overall and mortality from heart disease in particular, relative to people who ate less food in this category. The second study was followed more than 200,000 U.S. healthcare workers over a span of 24 to 28 years. Joanne, that's a long-ass study. You know? They found that men who consumed lots of ultra-processed food, more than 9 servings per day on average, had a 29% higher risk of colorectal cancer than men who ate around 3 daily servings. Fang Fang Zang. Are you kidding me, Joanne? Fang Fang Zang? How come every time we pull a story, we got some stupid freaking name? Right? We're doing it. Fang Fang? Joanne, I got Fang Fang over here. Hold on. No, I'm not. I got to get it. I just have a hard time with this one. Fang Fang Zang. Man, imagine that one, you know, in school. Fang Fang Zang, your name's Fang Fang Zang? Punched in the friggin' mouth all year long. You know, I was bullied in 7th grade from the beginning to the friggin' end. It was not fun. If my name was Fang Fang Zang, never would have ended. No, I'm sorry. I would have been bullied to this day, walking in there. There's Fang Fang. Like milkshakes in the side of the fotch. What did you do that for? Because your freaking name is stupid. Fang Fang Zang? You gotta be kidding me. Oh, goodness. Good old Fang Fang. Fang Fang Zang, the second study's senior author and an associate professor at Tufts University, said the group with the highest consumption of ultra-processed foods probably got around 80% of their daily calories from those items, said Fang Fang. Zang is also like yes, I think, or great. If I remember from, you know, Wayne's World, you know, when Mike Myers did that zang at that one point in the movie. I'm sure you remember it as clear as I do. Fang Fang Zang. Wow, guys, your name's Fang Fang. You go down. Have a good time. You there. Right. Have a Fang Fang. Zang. in your tea. Wow, you put your tea in the side. You're dipping your biscotte into a tea. Fang Fang Zhang comes in, wants to play ping pong. Wow, Christopher Walken there playing ping pong against Fang Fang Zhang, greatest ping pong player this side of the Orient. We have a good time. I win 21-19. We have a good time afterwards. Laugh. Wow. Fang Fang. You gotta be kidding me, Joanne, with a Fang Fang action, right? Sometimes Fang Fang's doing it, you know what I mean? And then she's getting like the highest, accolades at her professorship there in Japan. Where is she, Joanne? Oh, Tufts University. Imagine walking around Tufts University. Guys, is that freaking Fang Fang Zhang? That is? That's Fang Fang? Dude, she's huge on TikTok. You go over and get a freaking autograph. Fang Fang, can I get your autograph? Zang, you're doing it. You're signing it together. You're taking a selfie, and then like you're going viral all of a sudden because you had Fang Fang. Christopher Walken's in the background, freaking photobombing. Wow, like what? How did he even get there? He's just traveling, just kind of visiting Tufts for the day, I get it. Tufts is a cool place. Like, you're doing it, Christopher Walken style, googly eyes. Steve Buscemi came along as well. They were, doing a googly eye tour. Live improv, fam. Live improv. I'm just going to see if I can pop on here and get whoever's live with the family members together. I'm doing it, Hold on, I'm on it. I have to open up the screen. And then we can see at least if there's anybody with us yet. Oh, man, you guys missed some freaking crazy comedy. You know what I mean? They missed it, guys. We're here doing it. Benjamin's in the house. Modoc Roughstock, Pamela Swan, Renee Woods, S-Coop. And then over here on the talk, let's see who's kicking it with me. My brother Jim. And Gary's kicking it with me. Gary, thank you for the follow. BKB, so good to see you. And Trek Gunner, my brother, he's kicking it with us. Zanrab, how you doing? Guys, do me a favor, smash the screen. The more you do it, the more people are going to come and join us. Can we get to 10K? Can we get to 10K smashes? All you got to do is hit that thing like 10 times and it'll go up 100, I think. I think that's how it works. It goes up pretty quick. The likes go up quick, guys. So all you have to do when I'm saying something silly and funny, live improv style, like Zang Zang freaking Fang, smack that screen for a Zang Zang. Wow. Zang Zang. Would you prefer if I did Christopher Walken for you as you smack the screen? Moxie, thank you so much. Jim, thank you for the likes. West, smash that freaking screen, guys. Hit that thing, and I'll do Christopher Walken for you for the next 30 seconds. The more you smack that screen, the more Christopher Walken you're getting. Wow. Fang Fang. Zang. His second studies author. Wow. The study did not find an association between the consumption of ultra-processed food and the colorectal cancer in women. The scientists aren't sure why. Now, one theory is that higher levels of estrogen could have a protective benefit, Zhang said. Oh. All right, who else can we do, guys? Who else do you want to hear? Jim, thank you, my brother. Who else should I do for you? I mean, obviously, we can do a lot of different people, so. Prior research has linked ultra-processed foods to an increased risk of high cholesterol, diabetes, obesity, cognitive decline, breast cancer, and cancer in general. When Keanu Reeves is doing the read, foods considered ultra-processed contain more artificial ingredients than those that are simply processed by adding salt, sugar, or oil. Ultra-processed foods usually have few whole ingredients and contain flavorings in the matrix, colorings and additives, condiments. Joanne, what are we talking about? Oh, condiments, microwavable dinners, packaged donuts, and ice cream with Al Pacino. Going down and get some ice cream Pacino style. Of course, you're going to get some ice cream. Go down, Will Wilson, we're going to have a good time. Going down Zoolander. What are we doing? Going down Wedding Crashers. Look, Baba, good news. We're talking about. What are you doing? Wow. Wow. Oh, goodness, you know.
Fanta, Bob, I don't treat patients on vacation, Bob. Faye, I don't want to see Bob, Faye.
Dr. Marvin, I'm here with Gil. I brought Gil. Can we go? I'm doing the baby steps, Dr. Marvin.
Bob, I don't treat patients on vacation, Bob. I'm on Lake Winnipesaukee. I'm going to be on Good Morning America, Bob.
Yes. Unfortunately, I passed away last year. Yes. It's unfortunate. You know, I was a good comedian. I can't do Norm anymore. I miss him. But I can talk about Norm. You're doing freaking Artie Lang now? What are we talking about over here? I'll play. Freaking Cracky. No, that's Hunter Biden. I don't think I can do an impression of Hunter Biden. I don't know how he sounds. That's the reason why. Timothy, how are you, my friend? So good to see you. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. You're welcome. Remember this. This will set you free when the time comes. Remember this. Thank you, Timothy. I appreciate that. I would just rephrase it slightly. Say Yeshua is the way, the truth, and the life. You're welcome. Call him by his name. He knows not who Jesus is. That's a made-up name by us white folk. So just do yourself a favor when he does come back one day and say, Yeshua, I've been here serving you for 1,340 days in a row, providing the light that you can't in a dying world, where if you actually say the name, you get pulled. You can't even mention the name, Yeshua. So, I don't get religious ever, but I do think people should be called by their name. You know? That's just better. If I came back one day and someone was like, Mukhlach! Mukhlach! We've been listening to your music, Mukhlach! Well, you heard the 3,743 songs I released before I left this planet? You know, this earthly plane? Mukhlach. I'm sorry, who the is Mukhlach? I don't even know who the... Joanne! They're here praising Mukhlach! Didn't you guys read about the golden calf? What the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Mukhlach. Mukhlach. My name's Mark. Okay? Who along the way just started calling me Mukhlach? I want to speak to that piece of garbage. You know what I mean? Anna Mukhlach! Right? You know, it kind of bothers me when you're doing it, you know? You're doing your Mukhlach thing. And then all of a sudden, you just start saying to yourself, who's the Mukhlach again? Made up. It's a made up name. Why is that I don't even understand. I don't understand why the name Yeshua or even Yeshua, whatever, would be changed to Jesus. I mean, really, his name is Joshua. And, you know, you could call him that before Jesus, you know, Joshua, Yeshua, because there was no J back then. So, you know, look, obviously this is not even part of the show, but the point is, I appreciate you, Timothy. I appreciate you at least saying that. It is true. You have to live your life at least like the Christ was portrayed in our lifetimes, the way we were taught of that, you know, there's a perfect person. So you have to try your best to do things that are going to affect a positive change in this world. No one's perfect. I still maintain that no one has ever been perfect in history that had blood coursing through their veins. And there are people who have been Christ-like. There are people who live a Christ-like life. There are people who share love, and they don't push people down. They lift people up. And I believe that within every generation, there's somebody who's essentially a type of Messiah who's there in order to lift people into the right mindset to keep them going to the next generation. And then when they're gone, somebody else takes the torch. This isn't a one person does it thing. This is every generation, there's people. It may even be 1,000 people that are sharing that freaking burden, but it is not what you've been told. It's not one person who was alive 2,000 plus years ago, and we're here 2,000 plus years later. Every single day, there's people saying, he's coming back today. He's coming back. And it's not that he's not, and it's not that he is what they say. It's there's going to be an end for everybody. There's going to be an end to this timeline of ours, and it could be that because there's a spirit from the universe that's coming down that we all call different names, but it's one spirit that created all of this. And or people like work for that spirit, you know. I mean, there's so many different theories you can come up with. I'm thinking about how crazy it could be if you imagined that God was like some crazy just CEO master, you know what I mean? And he's just like, I feel like we need to create another place for, life. And he's like, Tim, I want you to build the infrastructure, Gerald, you better get on like clean water. I want clean water for this, these people. We're going to call them humans. Call them human beings, okay? I'm coming up with this spitballing here, all right? Desmond, you're on sanitation, I don't want poop all over the freaking planet, all right? I'm spending some time, some money on this one, so you guys make sure you carry the weight, all right? I want progress reports on a freaking daily. And what are we going to call this one? Birth? No, we're going to birth a new planet. Earth. Earth. I like it, Desmond. We're going to go with Earth. And I think that's a good one. All right. So you guys get to work. All right. And I'll look for the first progress report later. By Menon. And then God was the first one who came out with by Menon. He trademarked it. Some people are wondering, like, oh, who owns the trademark on by Menon? God. He's there. Speed stick. It's his. There are people out there that are like, I wish I could just get a piece of speed stick. I'm sorry. There's no way you can get a piece of speed stick. It's all God. 80s commercials by Menon. This is all God. He was behind all of it. That was the success. The journey. It only took place because of the one and only. You can call him anything except for, just call him by his name. I'm just saying. Anyway, guys, we're back to it. Diet is probably playing a role in the increase in obesity that we continue to see. And we know that obesity is associated with colorectal cancer and other cancers as well, Carolyn. Can we go back to the other one? She was freaking hilarious. What was her name again? Fang Fang Zhang. I'm just going to pretend this other person's name is Fang Fang Zhang. Okay, can we do that, Joanne? So, guys, wherever you see someone else's name, like this stupid person over here. Hold on, where was she? Caroline Oon. I'm sorry, her name is now Fang Fang Zhang. So let's just roll it back just a touch, Joanne. We don't have to go all the way back, just a tiny bit, okay? Yes, diet is probably playing a role in the increase in obesity that we continue to see. And we know that obesity is associated with colorectal cancer and other cancers as well, said Fang Fang Zhang, a principal scientist at the American Cancer Society. Just pretend, okay, guys? We're seeing more young adults being obese and having things related to obesity, such as diabetes and metabolic syndrome. However, the new study of healthcare workers found that ultra-processed foods were associated with colorectal cancer in men independently of their body mass index. The researchers therefore suggested that chemical additives in food or synthetic chemicals in packaging could be partially responsible for the trend. Many processed meats contain nitrates, and nitrates, preservatives that might raise cancer risk. You see that's in like blue? Preservatives that might raise cancer risk. We know they freaking do. Let's stop saying might. This is like the 1930s. We're like, cigarettes are good for you. Like, really? Yeah, we go take a jog and then smoke a freaking pack. Smoke a pack? Yeah. No, you're good. But I coughed up a lung. That's healthy. That means you're healthy. When you don't cough up a lung, we're like looking at you like, what the fuck is wrong with Jim? He's not coughing up a lung. He must not be too healthy. So, again, Fang Fang Zhang, Red and processed meat has been shown to pretty much consistently increase the risk of colorectal cancer, Fang Fang Zhang said. Fang Fang freaking Zhang. I love that name. Her study found that processed meat products like hot dogs, salami, and sausage, as well as sugar-sweetened products, beverages, were particularly correlated with risk of colorectal cancer in men. Guys, this is not good. Italian study similarly found that poor nutritional quality defined an unhealthy balance of sugar, fiber, and fat alone did not explain the association of ultra-processed foods with higher mortality. So Maria Laura Barnaccio, the study's author, said chemical additives contribute to the negative health outcomes observed. Diet Coke can be rated as nutritionally good, for example. Sugar-free Diet Coke because it has no sugar, but that Coke is not even a food, she said. It's a combination of chemicals. Bonaccio's study purposes labeling foods according to the degree of processing, in addition to the nutritional quality, to help people make healthier choices. But other experts think the change might not impact the people most at risk. A labeling policy sometimes works for people who have a high level of education or income because they pay attention and labels, know how to read the labels. Yes, zing, fang, zing, that is, Joanne. But labels might be less effective for underserved groups, she added. And those communities often consume more ultra-processed foods since the items tend to be cheap, quick to repair. Nope, Joanne. Quick to prepare. We got to do that one right, Joanne. And a last longer on the shelf life deal. As general rule, Willett said processed meat should be eaten rarely. Sugar-sweetened beverage consumption should be occasional at most, and foods high in saturated fat should be kept low. Still, some ultra-processed foods are healthier than others. Breakfast cereals and whole grain bread, for example, can be sources of dietary fiber, which can lower the risk of heart disease or cancer. Can you give us a freaking list of the ones that are good? Because I went down a freaking aisle and they're all you know what I mean? I was going to throw an IT at the end, but they're terrible. Scientists have yet pinpointed the precise level of ultra-processed food consumption that constitutes a health risk. That's because of the lobbyists. If there were no lobbyists, they'd be like, it's 7%. But they can't do it now. It's just too many people are paying to keep their freaking poison in our systems. We don't really know, is there a safe amount or is there any amount that's not good, said. Can we find out what Zhang did later on that evening? Hold on, I'm on up. Fang Zhang. Yeah, Fang Zhang went and got a degree in autonomotronically. It's a new thing that they're doing. Next story on the list, Joanne, what do we got? Country singer Luke Bell found dead in Tucson, Arizona. Oh, goodness. This is just sad. Another country star dead and gone. Is he playing a K? Was he playing a K? That's a K. I got a K bass back there. Stand up freaking double bass. I should bring that out one day. Boom, 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 boom. Let's read the story real quick if they freaking let me here on the Washington freaking Post. Bezos. I bought the Post and then I don't let anybody read it. You have to pay $1 a month. Freaking go screw yourself, Bezos. You're a billionaire. You let people read the news. You know what? Screw you. I'll just broadcast the news every day here on TikTok and on YouTube and everywhere else. And you can go pound sand Jeff Bezos. Country singer-songwriter Luke Bell is dead at 32. Nobody knows why he's dead. Bottom line, guys, no good. Army Hammers. Joanne, what is with this stupid freaking guy over here? Look at, there we go. Army Hammer. Army Hammer's back in the news. His aunt said she wasn't shocked by the abuse allegations. It's learned behavior. What's wrong with my screen here? I'm just going to try to see if I can just do the old refresheroo. See if that fixes the problem. Army Hammer. Most were completely stupefied by... Let's see, we're going to just do this over here. We're going to throw an English accent on for this one because this is like, you're talking about like an actor. This is an actor thing over here. It's an actor. Yeah. All right, I'm going to leave this screen like this so I can see any new chats. Most were completely stupid. My English accent is essentially Jeremy Irons. You know what I'm talking about? When you're in Nakatomi Plaza and you're looking for like that bad dude, Jeremy Irons. I'm coming out of the blue, doing it. Most were completely stupefied when a string of bizarre cannibalism and abuse claims against actor Joanne. Army Hammer resurfaced this year. But Casey Hammer, the aunt of Call Me By Your Name star, said Daly pieced in an interview published Wednesday that she wasn't shocked when the allegations came forward. Based on my experiences in the past with my family, I suffered from abuse. It was just a way of life, she told the outlet. You don't wake up one day and become a monster. It's a learned behavior. Once started unfolding, I was like, here we go, another Hammer man. Something like that's being said about them, she added. Casey Hammer's comments came ahead of a new ID and Discovery docuseries, House of Hammer, which will be premiering on Friday. I'm doing like now the movie premiere, Joanne. We're doing that. Hold on. Casey Hammer's comments come ahead of the new ID and Discovery docuseries, House of Hammer, premiering on Friday. The show promises to examine the dark, twisted, and legacy of the Hammer family dynasty. Over 5 generations, Hammer is participating in the project. Check it out on Discovery Plus. By Menon. Dang it, Joanne. What's that? No, I know, Joanne. I should do it for, CBS or something. You should do it for the real freaking people. I know. We have 6 people on, 3 people. How the fuck am I going to do that, Joanne? You know what I mean? One day when I'm gone, Joanne, somebody will find all of these bits that I did. And say, he would have been great if he was doing the voiceovers for the freaking, Channel 11 movie night. Although Hammer was vehemently denying the accusations, they brought his once promising film career to an abrupt end. He was dropped by his talent agency and exited several high-profile projects. All right, so bottom line, Hammer is out. He's freaking selling timeshares somewhere in like a Caribbean locazione. I don't give a crap. Next story, Twitter apparently made an edit button, but you have to pay to use it? What the Joanne, what are we talking about over here? You gotta pay to use an edit button on Twitter? Bunch of horse. What is going on? D. Cooper over here. I really enjoyed you in the movie. Usually I better recall, where I could just come up with it. Kristen Bell. There's the dude. He's there in the corner. How I Met Your Mother. Jason Segel. He's in the freaking corner of the screen right there. I got Jason Segel in the corner of the screen. And you guys are like, yeah, I don't know. What's the freaking name of the movie? And when she's a movie star. And then Aldous Snow's there. Somebody out there knows. And I got to see it. It's probably over here. Jenny something. There's something about Mary. No, not that. That's the wrong one. Yeah. There's someone out there that knows this movie. And many people know the freaking movie. It was hilarious. I'm going to remember it. Jason Segel. Right here at the corner screening it. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. You're doing it. And you're trying to figure it out. Like, what are we doing? Where's Jason Segel at? He's right there on the screen with me. Look, if you didn't know it, now you know it. Are you guys seeing this? I don't even know if it's on the screen. Yeah, there he is. Freaking Segel. I'm not going forward until I remember the name of that freaking movie. Somebody's got to remember it. Where are you guys on this one? Kristen Bell, Jason Segel. She's an actress. Goes down with freaking, Aldous Snow. Who's Russell, whatever his name is. Russell Brand. They're doing it. Literally, they're doing it. And Jason Segel's down there trying to figure it out. He hooks up with Mila Kunis, and they're doing it together as well, And at the end of the day, Segel gets the girl, and he writes a freaking rock opera. Kind of similar to the stuff I do here, Nobody wants to remember what the freaking name of it is? I'll tell you what, guys. I gotta say, It's very disappointing. I'm here all alone doing it. Oh, come on, man. Really? I'm freaking here doing it. Nobody else is doing it, remembering it. I can't believe nobody can remember that movie. I'm not going to look for it either. I don't want to look for it. Screw that. I would look for it. Fine, let's look for it. What the hell? You know what I mean? So Twitter has Jason Segel as a freaking writer. I guess he's decided not to do movies anymore. He wants to write articles for Twitter. He's going by the name Daniel Cooper, whatever. Daniel Cooper, yeah, he's writing for the freaking Engadget article these days. Can I stop getting noise? God almighty, guys. So you have to get a freaking Twitter Blue if you want to be able to edit your stupid tweets. Or you could just erase them and then rewrite it. Either or. If there was ever a fundamental divide between Twitter's leadership, whatever, and its users, it was about the existence or lack of an edit button. The company has, for most of its life, been against the ability for users to amend tweets after they were published. That changes, more or less, starting Thursday, since Twitter has announced that it will indeed be rolling out an edit button to its users. It marks the most fundamental shift in how the platform works since 2017, when it doubled the character limit of a message from 140 to 280 characters. In an addition statement, Twitter said it was hoping that the presence of an edit button would make the act of tweeting a little less stressful. Unfortunately, the button isn't yet ready to roll out. What the freak is on the screen? Oh. It's just my thing. I'm looking at the wrong thing over here. I'm like, what is going on over here? The platform said hundreds of millions of users just yet, but it's currently still in testing by employees. Later this month, access will be granted to Twitter Blue users who pay $5 a month to remove in-feed ads, undo a tweet, and you might want to change before it's seen by everyone. The company added that the test will be localized to a single country, will expand worldwide slowly, so the company can make sure they're reaming each country individually. You know, as many as they can. They want to be quadrants. We're going to start here, you know, North America, and you're going to have to Canada with Justin Trudeau. You know, when you have Liam Neeson as a father, you know, my daughter has a specific set of skills, and I'm the Prime Minister of Canada. You are.